Hello and welcome everyone to Amateur Radio Roundtable, a show about ham radio and shortwave, electronics, you name it. We do a little bit of everything on here. We welcome you tonight, and especially if you're out there listening on International Shortwave on 7490. We're glad to have you on shortwave tonight. Many of us got our start in ham radio as shortwave listeners many years ago. If you're out there and listening on shortwave, please send us an email to tom@w5kub.com, tom@w5kub.com. And we're on WBCQ on 7490 every Thursday evening around 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So check us out, and you can also check us out on our live show on Tuesday nights. You can join our live video show and chat room on Tuesday nights just by going to w5kub.com. We're on about every podcast carrier out there, from iTunes, Spreaker, iNet Radio, Google Play, you name it. You can find us out there anytime. You can listen to an audio version of the show. If you will, hit that subscribe button. It means a whole lot to us. The subscribe button helps YouTube to share our video stream with other people that are looking for similar subjects like ham radio, CB shortwave, things like that. So please hit the subscribe. And hey, if you like the show, hit the like button. Hit that like button and hit the notify button. We do come on sometimes in between shows during the week with some special webcast. And we'd like to let you know when that happens. But hit that like button. Somehow the likes tell YouTube to share it more often with people out there. So please do that for us. All right, let's see what else is going on here. Oh, join our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group with just about 14,000 people in it now, and it's for this group, Amateur Radio Roundtable. But you can do a simple search, just W5KUB under the Facebook search, and it'll bring you right to our page, and we'll be glad to let you join a group and be a member here. Hey, got lots to talk about tonight, man. We're hey, I'm gonna talk about MFJ closing. Martin called me tonight right before the show and had a long talk with Martin. We're gonna talk about MFJ. Let me go ahead right now. I'll mention this again later in the show, but for you early comers, if you guys are needing a Dayton ticket, I've got another Dayton ticket here I'm going to give away. You know, at the door it's worth about $30, so it'll save you $30 if you go up there. This is a Dayton Hamvention ticket. So shoot me an email to tom@w5kub if you want this. Sorry, I only have one left. We've already given away some. And shoot us an email, and I'll mail this out to you tomorrow or the next day whenever I get a request for it. Let's see. Hey, I've got a little real short video on a couple of antennas I built, homebrew antennas. We're going to show that tonight. I made that because I thought we might sell those antennas, all of them, at the Corinth Hamfest, but I didn't sell them all. But anyway, I made a little short video. It's about 2 or 3 minutes. And it's kind of some neat little Yagi antennas there. Hey, we went to the Corinth Hamfest 24 this weekend. Glenn and I were there, and we had a good time there at Hamfest 24, Corinth, Mississippi. We got a video here, a walk around video, and Glenn and I and Brett, we're gonna talk about the walk around, and if we see something there kind of cool, we're gonna talk about it like we do other times. And then toward the end of that walk around, there's a special presentation and an award that goes to a local ham down there that they are honoring, and we will have that on there too. Let's see. Oh, and then I'll just go ahead and say it. There's been a lot of requests about ticket. How do I fold my ticket? I will let you guys know. I'm going to share the details with you. It's something I didn't want to do. It's something that contractually I had agreed that I wouldn't share it, but I did get permission to share all the details as long as our viewers were under 100 viewers. I can share it one time only, and I'm going to show you how we fold the tickets to win here. So we've got that. Hey, I did come back with a couple things from the Hamfest there. Look, I got
just a few.
I got a Mississippi State ballpoint pen. I got that there, and I got me an icon pen from there. Let's go around the room and see what's.
Did you get the icon lanyard?
Let's look. A lanyard. Let me see that. Let me see the lanyard. I feel left out. I went up there and I didn't get a lanyard.
Yep, I got the icon lanyard right there. Let's see.
Well,
undo the twist here.
I feel hurt that I didn't get a lanyard.
Yep, there you go. There's the icon lanyard.
Man, oh man.
And for those of us that wear glasses, the icon lens cleaner.
Oh, now I did get one of those. I forgot. In fact, I got a handful of those. They gave me a handful. Yeah. I've already used them.
Yeah.
All right.
I like the lanyard. It's pretty nice.
And hey, I know you bought some stuff. We'll talk about that in a little while. And we'll talk a little about. We'll talk about the Hamfest here in just a few minutes. Anything else going on, man?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Just getting ready for Dayton. Gonna have my all new forum ready for Dayton this year. Gonna have some prizes. Talk to ARRL, and they're gonna be giving away some copies of my books and some stuff. So we're gonna have merchandise at my forum, as if we needed to try to get bodies anyway. But be sure and come to my forum and get a chance to win either my current book or my newest book when it comes out, like next month.
All right. Well,
I'm getting ready for Dayton, man. I am so excited for Dayton this year.
Yeah. Well, hey, and we're going to do a webcast of Dayton, guys, on Saturday of Hamvention. That is May the 18th, from I think 9 a.m. to about 5 p.m. We're going to webcast Hamvention. We've got people out there going to be roving video reporters. They're going to send the feedback. I'm going to be here in the studio in Tennessee. And we're going to give prizes away, and we're going to have a full day there and just have a good time. But Glenn's going to be up there. I'm not going this year. 40 years of attending Hamvention is enough. So,
yeah,
you know.
You need a year or so off before you got to go back.
Well, and I thought too, Glenn, since I don't go up there and put a ticket in the bucket, you might win this year. You might win something.
No, I got Joe Eisenberg.
Oh, but I'm going to show you tonight.
Yeah,
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the secret tonight. Joe is nothing, man. Nothing when it comes to this. Let's go over to Brett.
I'll be sure to tell him that.
Yeah. Let's go over to Brett and see what Brett has been up to, man. Hey, Brett, man, how's the weather? You been having nice sunny weather out there?
Well, Tom, this is springtime in Wyoming, which means that it's spring during the day and it is winter at night. Huh. And I had to take a trip to Cheyenne, Wyoming early this morning, and it was still winter. And it was a blinding snowstorm. I managed to get through it, thankfully, without too many problems. I had to go really slowly, and when I came back, all the roads were clear, and it was beautiful. Unfortunately, with all those really high winds in the evening, I had a little problem with one of my antennas. I have a Delta loop hanging above my house, and the winds took that out. And I have to work on repairing that, which is my project for the day. The corners of the loop are tensioned using bungees, and this is an example of one of them right here. You probably recognize them. They use to hold trash cans closed, and the rubber is supposed to be resistant to ultraviolet. But I think about once every 2 or 3 years, a strong wind will come along, and they'll be a little bit worn due to the ultraviolet light, and they'll snap, and that happens. So now I've got to climb up on the roof, take the old one off, put another one of these on, and unless I can find one that's actually sunlight resistant, I just have to keep on doing that project every couple of years to get my antenna back in shape.
All right. You know that I've over the years we've used several different bungees like that up there. That rubber bungee that's a really stiff bungee, man. It takes a lot to pull on that sucker. It's kind of not like those others that have a lot easier stretch in them, you know.
Oh yeah, these keep the wires nice and taut so they don't sag, and that makes for that really makes you can measure exactly and get the legs of the Delta loop just right, so that it resonates where you want it to. So I'm glad of that, but it does mean I've got this maintenance task every year, and so there were two in the two bottom corners, and I'm even though only one of them snapped, I'm going to replace both of them because the other's going to go soon too.
All right. Well, good luck out there, and hopefully you'll have some good weather to do it here soon.
All I have to do is do it during the day when the weather is.
During the day when it's spring, not at night when it's winter, right?
I was going to say, yeah, tower work at night is a challenge in and of itself.
Yeah, it is, and I want to do it, but it's I try not to.
That brings back some memories. Tower work in the winter, at night. Glenn, we had a repeater at one time at my house, and I had a friend come over to help me. We had two antennas up on my tower. He went up and put the top one up, and he kept leaning back up there and putting his hands in his pocket. I said, "What's going on?" It was sleeting, actually. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm warming my hands." Anyway, I found out he swallowed a lock washer while he was up there.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, swallowed a lock washer, man. But anyway, hey, we got those antennas up, man. That's true ham radio for you, man.
But this is the time when we have the weird weather. And you were mentioning Joe Eisenberg, boy, where he lives, they got hit by multiple tornadoes. And you can see film of that, and it's or video of that. That's pretty awesome.
I've looked at a number of videos on the news and on YouTube from up there. Man, there were some massive tornadoes up that way. And it's amazing that nobody was killed in some of these, man. I'm talking about total destruction, man.
And 18-wheelers flipped off the road.
Yeah, I saw I don't know if you saw it, there was a weather chaser. Yeah, he was heading for the tornado, man. It was in front of him, and this big semi 18-wheeler was coming toward him, and the 18-wheeler turned over right in front of him. Did you see that video?
Yeah, and there was another guy who was just, who was just ahead of the 18-wheeler and skidded off the road, and he was really lucky because it missed him by inches.
Well, he could have been actually driven inside the 18-wheeler. It actually turned over on its side, and his car skimmed the top of that trailer, semi-trailer, all the way down, and then he went out in the field there. But he was okay. Oh man, yeah. That was some interesting stuff going on here for sure. Glad it wasn't around here. Okay. Well, very good. All right. Well, hey, Glenn. Come in here a minute, Glenn. Let's let's see what I want to do here. I want to show everybody. Hey, I'll show everybody what I won here, man, at the Hamfest. Look at this, guys. I won an MFJ key. Look at that.
Those are going to be collector's items very soon.
Yeah, I may not even open this one,
I wouldn't open that one.
I may not even open that one up, so I got me a CW key there. This is a pretty neat little speaker. This is the MFJ 281. Look, I won that.
Yeah. Those are good little speakers.
I won that, and then let's see. I got this right here. Let me get it.
Yeah.
I got this. Gee. Oh, man. And I won this. Okay.
Now, here's the funny thing.
That's heavy.
Tom actually bought the same number of tickets I did, but when he got there, he only had the one ticket that he bought to get into the place, and he complained because he lost it.
I did.
And next thing I know, Tom has 4 tickets, plus they had found the one he lost. That one won the keyer, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I don't know which one won. I don't know, but yeah, I lost my entry ticket they were real slippery or something. They kept falling out of my pocket.
I almost dropped mine on the floor a time or two.
So anyway, I didn't have my name on it, but I went up to them and complained. I said, I lost my ticket. And they picked this one up. They had one that said, somebody just returned this. Said they found it on the floor. So, hey, great. But right before they showed me that, I went ahead and bought 4 tickets.
He bought 4 more, and I can attest, he and I had the exact same number of tickets. I won 0 prizes. He won 3. Now.
Well, but see, here's the deal.
And
if you
the thing is, I'm the cheater. Okay.
You are the cheater. If you had won, if you had won one, that would have been less for me.
But what does it say when you win 2 main prizes in the 2 most recent Hamfest that we attend?
Well, I'm going to share with you guys.
It tells me that you are the luckiest you-know-what on the planet. I can attest.
There's more. There's more. In fact, that's what the guy said that drew the ticket or announced the ticket. I was the luckiest whatever in the world. I can't say. I can't say those words. I can't say this is a PG show, but I can't say what he said.
Yeah. But anyway. I agree, but I saw it with my own 2 eyes. I have never seen it. I would have accused you of cheating, other than the fact that you showed me all your tickets and you showed me
I'm going to show you guys tonight. I was not going to do this, but I feel obligated. I need to show you guys how to make the special fold on the tickets. And Joe Eisenberg is not watching. He's not in the chat room, I don't think.
No, I don't believe
he is. Joe,
he's got his
please
own method.
Don't share it. Don't share it with Joe. He has his own system. But you guys are welcome to use this. You guys are welcome to use this.
You know what, on the planet. There's just no doubt about it.
I mean, most people in the chat room aren't at a Hamfest that I'm at. So there won't be any competition between them.
No, it's mainly going to be you and me doing this.
It's going to be me and you. And, I mean, if you're honorable, you will not use.
I'm the cheater, okay?
Well, you're not honorable. Okay, I'm going to show you. There's a secret, guys. Now, I didn't want to do this, but I'm going to do it. I've got tickets here. I've got tickets. I'm going to show you all the exact folds and how to do it.
Now,
precisely do it.
It's gotta be
and I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you too. Just another secret. I have never shared this with anybody else on the show or any of the hams I've been talking to. But for the last couple years, I have been associated with Mystic Master Maharishi Dikshant. Okay, now he has a system down, and somehow he puts certain vibrations in the ticket. If you use my procedure, that ticket will actually vibrate in the barrel, the ticket barrel, and it will
gravitate towards.
It will gravitate. It will gravitate toward the person's hand that's in there. I don't know how he does it, but I don't question it. So what I want to do tonight, I'm going to show you how to do this. And guys, please respect this. Maharishi Dikshant there. I told him that. Well, actually, I didn't tell him. We had an agreement. I would not show this to more than 100 people, and I can only show it one time. I can only show it one time, and that's it. So you guys are loyal here on the show every night, so I'm going to show you the system that we have here, which will get you a winning ticket if you follow it closely. Now, you got to follow it almost to the T. All right, let me see if I can get another camera lined up here. I'm going to show you what we got to do here.
And let's hope that the Maharishi is not a faker.
What was that?
Oh, touche.
What was that? What was that?
Oh, Brett, you muted yourself.
You muted. I didn't hear that.
Let's hope that the Maharishi is not a faker.
Well, I don't know.
F-A-K-I-R type.
I don't know. All right, so let's see. All right, I'm going to show you by steps. There's about 5 steps, and they're very important. You got to follow them. The first 2 or 3 steps aren't quite as critical, but the 4th and 5th step, you have to follow it exactly, and I'm talking exactly. So look, on step 1, we're going to take a ticket like this. This is the standard ticket, like Hamfest 24 ticket right here. Now, if you notice, I've got a diagonal fold here. You see a diagonal fold right there. we name each of the corners A. Okay, let me show you here. This one at the top left is A. Let me get in here. A, and then down here B, and then up here C, and then D. Now you've got to make a fold 60-40. That's pretty important. Most of the time it won't work if you don't do it. So 60% on this side, and then at 40% that side. Now if you'll look, the reciprocal at the bottom is just the opposite. Look, you got 40 here, you got 40 here, and 60 here. So that's real important. 60-40, 40-60, and it folds like that. You just go ahead and fold it like at a 90, like that. Now that's and be sure and label the corners like I just showed you. All right, so that's step one.
Now he's bringing Pythagoras into this.
Yeah, that's step one. Well, it gets somewhat scientific. That's step one. Step two. Now on step two, let's see, step two. All right, I'm gonna open it up here because I've got different ones here that I can fold. Here on step two, if you notice here, we've got the diagonal line, the 60-40, 40-60, and the corners labeled. Now, you draw another line perpendicular to the right edge or parallel to the AC DB lines. And you draw that line at 46% from the top of the AC edge. So in other words, you come down and you intersect at this point right here, and then you're going to come out perpendicular there. Okay. Now you don't have to come all the way out, but if you want to draw your line, you can. Now you got to come out right there. You got to come down 46% right there, and that is pretty critical to come out 46%. That's the next step right here.
You don't get the magical resonance.
That's the next step right here. Now, this distance right here is critical. I'm going to show you next on my next slide here what is, where we're going to put that. Where we're going to put that right here. So what we've got is you've got to right here on that line. You've got to put the You got to come 6.4. You got to come 6.45 milliliters. Yeah, 6.45 milliliters out that way.
And then lost your video, Tom.
Did I lost? Oh, wrong. What, we lost the video? Okay. All right. Let me go back then. Let me go back.
I was just going to say, did you deliberately?
All right. So look. So at that X point, that we've already established. Let me get this back here. At the X point we've already established, right here. So here it is, right? Let me get it focused in here. Okay, now right here, if you'll notice, that is the point right there, and that is very, very important to hit that point almost as close as you can. I mean, in fact, it's critical. If you don't hit that point right.
Tom, I think the Maharishi is having something to say about this.
Well, I'm not sure what.
I think he has thrown some obfuscation spells into this.
Well, I'm not sure, but okay. Let me get back to this. So, if you don't hit this point at exactly, if you don't hit that point at exactly, what was it? 6.45 millimeters from the intersection of line X, where it dissects fold ACDB. Now, at this point, you do a reverse bend. You notice right here, I'm showing you, I did a reverse bend right there. Now, that reverse bend sets the stage here for this ticket to start vibrating at a certain frequency. Okay. So let's see. We're on step 3. Been 30%. Yeah. Now, you've got to, on that bend, that backwards bend right here, you've got to, on that backwards bend, it has to be at a 30% angle. So once you get that at a 30% angle, then you can go on to the next point there. All right. Well, now, your ticket should look something like this now. Okay. Now, the next step is the most important. Let me get the next step here. This is the most important step there is. If you mess this step up, you're not going to win. You're not going to win at all. But there is a little bit of science in here. Let's see, I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yeah, I can see these formulas. They look like they're resonance of paper.
Well, it's a derivative. If it's a derivative of x, actually, is what it is now. So okay. So here's the deal. Since different tickets come in different sizes, all this is critical. Okay, the angles and so forth, and the like the 60, 40, 40, 60, all that's really critical. Let's see. You must follow the next step exactly. If you don't follow the next step exactly, it will not give you a winning ticket. So here we go right here. So if you look at this right here, you take the derivative of x and note the derivative of the sine of x is equal to cosine of x. Okay, so AC to the n power divided by AC equal bx to the n minus 1 power. Now, if you do that, now you're just about there. So the final crease on the ticket, the final crease on that ticket. Let's see. I'm looking at my instructions here. The final crease on that ticket. Oh, you have to multiply that derivative there. You got to multiply that by 0. You multiply it times 0, and then you add 1 to it. If you multiply by 0, add 1 to it, it gives you the theoretical 100% win. And that is how you do this. Now, I promised I would not share this more than one time on the air, and anyway, I wanted to do that. I want to thank Maharishi Dikshant there for all of his help in the past, and it's been pretty expensive going down to see him, to learn and study with him, but it has been worth it. All right, so now you guys know. All right, let's see what they're saying in the chat room. Anything in the chat room? Let's see. Somebody said something about an internet overload. Don't know what they're talking about. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, Mark has a good question. What if the ticket bin only has a very thin slot to put your ticket in and the bit ticket won't fit?
Well, most every ticket will fit. You just have to kind of tilt it. You know, as you stick it in, you tilt the angles and it'll go in. Don't force it in where it, distorts the angles that you bend. I'll just say that, yeah.
Well, no, because you're going to lose your resonance point at that point.
That's true. That's true. Now, there is one other way that I used to use, and that was the honey baked ham sauce at Huntsville. We used to put honey baked sauce on our tickets because that stuff gets really sticky. You stick your hand down in there. You buy 8 or 10 tickets. You stick your hand down in there and pull it out, and you'll have 3 or 4 of your tickets on your hand. So.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way we used to do before we came up with
before they banned foreign
working with Maharishi here. Yeah. Let's see. Okay.
Mark, if you can fold a swan or a turtle on your ticket, then you're going to beat Tom.
Let's see. Please don't adjust your television. We control the image. Yep.
Now, that was my favorite show growing up.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is I made it about halfway through most of the shows, and then the creature would show up, and I'm like, I'm out of here.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, hey, just want to share that with you. I was going to keep it a secret, but I felt obligated to do it, and just for what it's worth.
I can attest, the man does not cheat. So it is clearly something that he's doing with these tickets and their resonance or something that is causing this to happen, because I sat there and watched these 4 tickets work or 5 tickets work, and there was nothing.
I've had pretty good luck. I've won 2 7300s, which I traded one of them. I traded one of them with R&L for a 991A. And then I won the FT 891. Yeah, FT 891.
Well, you won Huntsville like last year.
Yeah, that was a 9700. I won a
Yeah,
9700.
you won the 9700 at Huntsville.
And then I won the big prize here at Free Fest. That was a generator.
Free Fest,
I didn't need a generator. I'm gonna have to give that away to my, I think, to the granddaughters.
Yeah.
So when their power goes out, they have power.
I never win raffles.
Well, honest, now you know how to do it now. You know how to do it.
I was actually on a winning streak. I won something at every raffle this year up until this weekend.
All right. Hey, let's do this. Let's get into the Hamfest 24 video. I want to first let me ask: is there anyone in the chat room that is a local or went to the Hamfest? If you went to the Hamfest or you're here just to see if you can see yourself, type in the chat room who you are and that you're here to watch the current video. So hey, we'll be right back in just a second, and we'll get into that video and we'll have some fun with it. We'll be right back. Right back. ICOM's compact IC7100 and the IC5100 D-Star mobiles are road ready and features a dash mountable touchscreen control head with quick and straightforward one-touch operation, keeping you connected whenever you roam. The IC7100 is an HF, VHF, UHF multiband all-mode mobile with an angled control head, a large internal speaker for clear digital audio, and fully covers the HF 50, 144, 430, and 440 megahertz amateur bands. This radio provides 100 watts on HF and 50 megahertz bands, 50 watts on 144 band, and 35 watts on the 430 megahertz band. The IC5100 is a VHF UHF dual band mobile with DV dual watch, Bluetooth, and an integrated GPS receiver. For more information on ICOM radios and locate a dealer, please visit icomamerica.com/amateur. All right, we're back here. Hey, let me just mention just another thing before we get into the Corinth video. Before we get in here, Martin Chu called me tonight. He's the founder of MFJ, and we talked a little about it. I was going to call him this week, but I knew he'd be getting a million phone calls, so I didn't call him, but he called me. And we talked a little about it. Martin used to be a regular on the show here, and we're trying to get Martin back on, and Martin might have more time now, and he will probably start joining us on the show here, and we'll have a good time with Martin on here. Most everybody has seen the email that went out about closing down the Starkville operation there. They will be closing down it May the 17th. So most all the staff's going to be gone May the 17th. That's the last day. Martin is still looking for people. If there's anybody out there that wanted to buy MFJ, he will sell it, but so far he's found no one that was interested in buying it right now. So I don't know what's going to happen. I told Martin that possibly companies like DX Engineering or maybe Gigaparts, maybe they'll buy a certain portion of this. Maybe they'll buy Ameritron, or maybe they'll just buy Cushcraft or something like that, instead of buying the whole company, because it is a big, big company with a lot of people in it and a lot going on there. So anyway, we'll hear more from Martin later, and Martin will be on the show with us. We're going to try to start having him on here as a regular, and it probably wouldn't work out well tonight because so many people will be hitting him with questions that he couldn't answer tonight. So anyway, so that happened. Talked to Martin tonight, and of course everybody got the news there. Hey, I lost my, I don't have my video here, the little antennas I built, the Yagis, but you'll see them. We've got a picture of them in the video there at the Corinth walkaround, so you'll get to see them there. And
yeah, they were actually pretty cool antennas. I took one apart and looked at it, and that was really kind of a cute way to do it.
Yeah, I could probably go get the file, but I'm not going to worry about it tonight.
It surprised me because I was expecting it to be metal. Finding out that it was PVC was surprised because that thing was super, super light.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, just while we're talking about the news like MFJ, you guys may have also learned Pennsylvania, the state government is just about to pass a law, and it's going to outlaw ham radio operation just about in a car. The first house has already approved it. It contains everything from telephones to handy talkies to microphones. It even mentions microphones. Prior, they used to have a section in there that exempted ham radio, but they took that out. So right now, Pennsylvania is looking like they're going to be passing a ban on being able to operate your ham radio gear in your car if you're up in Pennsylvania. So
well, I hope they take an exception for first responders because, well, gee, your police and your fire, they've got to be able to do that. Maybe they can expand that.
Yeah, maybe. I think the article even mentioned first responders. They were going to be in trouble. Some of them were going to be in trouble at some way, but surely they'll get that straightened out.
One can only hope.
All right. Let's do a walk around here real quick, Glenn, and we'll talk. And Brett, you weren't there, but Brett, if you see something, yell, man. We'll talk about it. And again, was there anybody in the chat room? I didn't look. Anybody in the chat room that's with us tonight that was at the Corinth Hamfest and has just tuned in tonight to see the video? It'd be interesting.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody speak up yet.
Yeah, let's see.
But I have to say, although it was another small ham fest, the selection of equipment was very good. It was right up my alley in terms of things I was looking for, things I wanted, things I needed.
Yeah.
So I was really impressed. And unlike a lot of small ham fests, they did forums. They had Tom doing his balloon forum, and I got to do an Arduino forum, which is kind of a warm-up for Dayton for me. And I enjoyed it, and I guess, Tom, the folks in yours came out, and they enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, had a good
time. It was fun to do forums for these smaller ham fests. I enjoy it.
And I noticed this year the Memphis Ham Fest was a little smaller, and I tell you, I think Corinth and Memphis, when I went back and looked at the pictures, I think Corinth was close to the size of the Memphis Ham Fest.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. All right, let's look at this video and see what we can see here. All right.
And the nice thing is most of the folks there were willing to deal on their prices. I got some really good bargains.
Yeah. Here we go. Okay, here we are at the Corinth. It's Hamfest 24.
Notice how Tom gets a front row parking space.
The doors are just opening right about now.
And I get parked out in the outer 40.
Well, that's because I passed you on the way.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Pretty good at Hamfest.
I'm still trying to get my doors back from you.
Actually, I was a little worried. I parked on the grass.
No, you're fine. I tried to get them to tow you away, but they just wouldn't.
Yeah.
They said it wouldn't look right if the grand prize winner got towed off.
I see several guys here that were at the Memphis Hamfest.
Right. Yeah, this gentleman's at a lot of small ham fests. He's got a lot of good older PC type stuff too. I bought a pair of keyboards from him.
Still got this, another, 18 inches.
And this gentleman apparently does a lot of estate sales. This is Fat Cat Parks. And I did some business with him as well. I think if you scroll back, you might see some of the stuff I got. But it's got those Halicrafters rigs there. That one's been recapped.
That's SWL receiver, yeah.
Yeah. And he had some really good parts and stuff, not necessarily parts.
And it took.
Don't break the camera.
Well, it hadn't broke yet, so I think you're all right.
You say
I
it
was-
every people in minutes here.
I thought it was going to break back here a little ways, but looky there. Look at there. Who we got here?
Yeah, the cheater is here.
Oh, Cheater's here.
Yeah.
What do we got here? Is that all?
Hey, I realize it's only worth what
Is
somebody
that a
willing to
tuner?
pay for.
I don't know what it is.
Signal generator, maybe? Yeah, that was like a 4
Oh,
kilohertz
it's a
signal
receiver?
generator. It's a receiver.
Yeah,
Oh, a receiver. Yeah, that's right.
it's a receiver.
4.5 kilohertz or 4.2 kilohertz.
Huh. Never seen one of those.
No, I have to look that thing up.
Yeah.
That's a 6 meter.
Yeah. This guy makes some really nice loops. 6 meter and 2 meter loops.
That looked like a Moxon.
Yeah. You know, that little Yaesu amplifier is a nice amp.
Yeah, there was some good Ameritron stuff there this weekend. I almost pulled the trigger. And let me tell you what, by the time you went back to the table, some of this stuff was just gone. It went quick.
Hmm. Most of the stuff was pretty clean. Now, I don't know if you noticed, the table along the back wall, everything was dirty and rusty.
Very much so, yeah.
They must have been keeping it in a barn out by the lake. You'll
Yeah.
see it. You'll see it in a minute. There's some of the Memphis guys.
Driver, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the Drake TR4C. That was a very clean looking rig.
Hmm.
And these are the folks who were talking about there. Well, you got the QRO amp there.
It's a pretty amp. Mhm.
Yeah.
Here's a table back. No, not this is not it.
Oh, Radio Shack alarm system.
Yeah, I mean, they had just all sorts of odds and ends and stuff.
That speaker there had a little melting to it.
Yeah. Audio must have been a little high a couple times. That radio was gone by the time I even made it to that.
Wow. Was that an HF rig?
Yeah.
Oval HF.
Yeah. They cleared that table out quite well.
I
That
noticed there's
2000
been a number of TS2000s
yeah,
lately.
but that one, well, since the 9700 came out, yeah.
Yeah.
But that 2000 was gone by the time I got around to the
But
table.
they're holding their price really well.
Yeah. That Johnson or that Viking Matchbox there was gone. I mean, and I'm not more than a couple steps behind you at most,
Ameritron amplifiers, those are going to become collector's
Yeah,
items.
that first Ameritron there, that Ameritron 500 water was the one I came very close to pulling the trigger on.
Hello.
So you can remember?
I can remember. We saw him up at Trenton.
I know it's alien to have radios at a Hamfest.
Yeah. What is this? Is that all?
That's P25 UHF.
Okay.
You know what Chuck could do is
Probably should make sure that people realize it's a radio.
Antenna. Peter.
P25 together.
Now you're collecting antiques.
Yeah. That's a good price. That's $30 for the dual band rig here? Or what's
Yes,
this?
but the 2-meter power module needs to be replaced.
And that's
I
why
got you.
stuff was flying off the table. Some of it was extremely well priced.
And knowing which end of the soldering iron to hang on.
Yeah,
You know that sucks the soul out of it if you take its picture.
it might. It very well could.
Look, yes, those are CBs, but those are really pretty radios. More Kenwood gear. That was 746, 756 Pro. Some MFJ stuff.
There were several of those amps there, that
Yeah.
solid state amp.
Little Kenwood VFO. Tech Orion, nice radio.
Oh, I think was the Orion the Windows one? I think it was the one that
I
had
don't know.
a Windows computer inside it.
Tech was always ahead of the game with a lot of folks. We're back to the fat cat parts on the other side. By the end of the day, that table was almost empty. He had good prices, where I spent a lot of money. I'm gonna have to get some of the stuff that I got. I'll be.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that was, but I should have bought a few of
I
them.
am officially ready to beat you.
What do you get an extra?
Oh, I got it.
Oh, gee, my goodness. I'm not going to buy any extras this year.
Yeah. What are these?
I don't know.
Wait a minute. Telenav.
See if you can figure it out.
I'm gonna say
GPS.
GPS.
No,
No,
no.
GSM.
I don't know what it
It's
is.
probably a piece of a hotspot.
Could be.
Uh-oh, what are we doing now?
Could be. I'm just getting some video.
ICOM 735. That's one of my radios I had in the past. It was really nice.
Oh, that one's a classic.
Yeah, most of them don't have that little plastic cover over the equalizer, and that one didn't have it either.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good, Tom. You?
Doing good?
I think that was a 920.
Your device has shrunk. I remember when you used to have it on rolling tape.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I've got another portable rig there. It's just handheld, but the phone makes good pictures. Yeah.
No more Meritron stuff.
That's that 1200 watt amp, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
There were several of those there.
Yeah.
Not the 1306 though. It won't do 6 meters.
Hey, I know those guys.
Yeah, that's true. And there's W5KUV Tom.
I'm here, man. How you doing? How you guys doing?
I'm Jeff Dover. KU4W. I forgot to bring my tag today.
All right, Jeff.
Nice to meet you, Tom.
Nice to see you.
Well, you were tardy. You were absent. You got a video.
Yeah, he had some VHS tapes and cassette tapes.
Put the card there and give him the card. Give him the card.
Thank you, sir.
Excuse me. This is a, I don't know. This is a table where everything was real dirty, kind of, and rusty.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he was trying to clean some of it up there, but it was not attractive.
Cleaning out the basement.
Pretty much. Yeah, the barn. Believe it or not, that gentleman is an open heart surgeon local to the Corinth area because he and I talked a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. I kind of have an affinity for open heart surgeons these days.
Look at this barrel. Look at this bucket. Free. How you doing?
Yeah.
Free.
10K pots.
You're giving away free pots, huh?
Yes, sir. Business is good.
Yeah, man. Let's look at that. I've never seen that many before like that, man.
Yeah. They're a little bit too big for my.
Well, and it didn't have a stop. They just went round and round. Yeah.
Yeah, 10K pots full of, a bucket full. A lot of good test equipment there.
Solder, $40 a roll.
That was a little on the pricey side.
I hadn't bought any in a long time.
But that was the thick stuff. A lot of the Linksys older here, 80211.
How you like that rifle right there?
That was different. That was very different. But Tom, that was probably back in the days when you first got started in ham radio. That rifle.
It was just right after I got started. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a long rifle.
Actually, that one had been sawed off. I talked to the guy. It was a little bit longer than that.
Wow.
There were several people carrying carrying there. This girl to our right over there, she
was carrying, as was her husband.
She had a Glock or something on her belt, and there were several people carrying there.
Yeah. Now that brings the meaning of reach out and touch someone to a whole new level right there.
Yeah.
Again, some good test equipment. It's a nice looking camera. A little heavy, but.
Was that a camera? I thought it was a projector.
No, that's a camera.
Oh, wow.
From WBIR TV.
With the bayonet on it?
Oh, wow.
Old school camera. Everything. Yeah, I did some numbers on this guy's table too.
I told him it's going to be a project and it's taking up too much room and then
It's a Heath, what is that, a DX60?
Yeah. Here you can get two of those for what, $150?
Yeah. Yeah, Earl, I think you're right. It was a Sony Mini 8 TV camera. But you know, that girl with the machine, she was making some really nice bumper stickers and cool stuff. That was gone by the time I even made it around to that table.
Yeah.
That price was very good for that thing, even if it was $25.
I don't think so. Maybe you should put a couple more out there.
I didn't bring it in.
Well, see that? There's a rifle right there. You see it? With a bayonet on it. It's got a bayonet on it.
That's when he caught up to me and sent me down to the
you're
rifle.
okay. So there's Glenn's table right there.
Yeah, all my junk.
And that's our stuff right there. I've got a 2
I
meter.
sold one book for $5.
I've got a 2 meter beam back there for sale. And
You had a metal detector.
I'm looking for a mic.
let's see
We
if
had some of the
let's see if we
440
can-
beams.
Let's see if I took a shot of the.
I know those
there
people.
There they are.
There's the beams. Yeah,
They're the
And those
they're the
are-
beams. I was selling those for $10 a piece. They're
Those are actually painted PVC.
440.
not metal.
440 is 6-element 440 antennas.
They were kind of cute.
Got a real specific repeater you want to hit.
Yeah.
Or work
I
a
sold
satellite.
my GMRS. Hey, there's an egg beater antenna. I didn't sell that.
Yeah. No, that didn't sell. But
And then
you're right.
another one of the 440. Sold a metal detector.
Yeah.
Well, Glenn
that
sold
one,
it
you were
for
in
me. Glenn cut the price from 35 down to 30 while I was doing my forum.
Yeah, he was in the forum, so I sold it. But I did give him the money, so you got to give me credit. But they actually had quite a decent turnout for this thing.
Yeah, they did. They
It
did.
seems like every year they get a little bit better.
There was a lunch. Let me tell you, lunch
let
was
me tell you.
good, man. That barbecue was good.
Yes, sir.
The
They had a
barbecue was
barbecue
good.
truck outside.
Now here is a special presentation. That's Harold there. Harold's going to talk about it, and they're going to give Doc there a plaque. Let's listen to this for a minute.
I can't count back the years. He's been mentoring me since I was a kid, and lots of other folks around town. And we've got him a Lifetime Achievement Award. And to make this thing really good, we've got one of his school buddies, friends that know all kinds of tales from each other. Mr. Sandy Williams. I believe he'll tell some tales on the dock. If y'all listen up, you'd have some entertainment. And here's Sandy Williams.
I didn't know that I was actually making the presentation. I came to get a ham radio license before you get one. I need to sit there. Dr. Boogie, you've been an inspiration to a lot of people over a lot of years, and particularly in the field of radio and everything that goes along with it. I know all these people join me in congratulating and thanking you for all that you have done. Dr. Elbert A. White III.
Thank you, Sandy Williams. July 17th, 1935, I first met W5TX, Dr. Warren McRae. He delivered a baby by cesarean section under emergency circumstances, and the mother lived, and I'm here to tell you that I lived. So in honor of Dr. McRae, W5TX, I finally got his call sign when I was at Vanderbilt, W4TX, Texas X-ray. Thank you very much for this. I appreciate the recognition. And I want to tell you this is a wonderful hobby, and it's a great source of talent for operating a lot of good things, including things in the emergency room. I spent about 16 years at Vanderbilt, and I learned to participate in a lot of medical things because of my ham radio interest. Best regard is 73, W4TX.
Hey, Doc, let's see. Hold your plaque up so we can see it. All right, thank you.
I think that's really nice when a club does that to recognize somebody. Got his whole family there.
Honorary ham today.
Okay, here we are. All right. So that was our trip down to Corinth, Mississippi. And Doc there, I didn't know a whole lot about Doc. I really didn't know him, W4TX. My understanding, he's been a ham for many years. He was I think a pediatrician. And then he was an ophthalmologist, I guess. That's a hard word for me to say, but so he was in the medical field quite a number of years too. But interesting story there with Doc. And I think Harold told me that the Hamfest is going to try to honor somebody with some type of achievement or award each year that they have the Hamfest. So Glenn, hey, you came back with some stuff. You bought some stuff here, didn't you? What all did you get,
Yeah,
man?
I did.
What did you
Well,
get?
the very first thing right off the bat at that Fat Cat place was probably where I spent most of my money. I got there and he had an HW 101 that, yes, it looked like it needed some attention, but it was $20 and it looked completely intact. So I snatched me up the HW 101 and plan to refurbish it, recap it. Does not look hard. It's just looks like it's lived in a barn for a while. But for $20, I can't go wrong. And of course,
Oh, wait a minute. You paid $20 for it?
yes, sir.
Oh man,
Steal of the Hamfest, in my opinion.
that was a good price.
Yeah. I mean, I even talked to the guy about it. He says, I just haven't had time to test it, whatever. I got it in an estate, and I'm just looking to rehome it. So
Yeah.
bang. But of course, when you get a tube rig, naturally, you're going to need a good tube tester.
All right.
And this one was also there on his table. And again, another good price. And it tests the Compactron tubes that are in the HW16, which I also plan to refurbish. So it filled a gap in my refurbishment desk, if you work phase, if you want it. And I have the book for it, all of the tube data for it. This thing is complete. And I got this for $50.
That's good.
And then I started scrounging, and I already have one of these, but they've been discontinued, and it's virtually impossible to find. This is the Comet Twin watt meter, and I have one right up next to my FT101 up on the corner here, but I wanted one for the 991, and this does HF and VHF, and it's twins. So I wanted a matching one. You can't find these, and I found one in Russellville, and it would have cost me, my firstborn child, an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
And this one, the guy had a really good price, and he even came down a little bit on it. And so I had to snatch it up. And I will tell you, even though I bought all this stuff, I didn't spend more than $200 other than lunch and raffle tickets. So I think I got out of that whole Hamfest, including gas, for $250.
Yeah, and that's the important thing. I mean, when you go to some of these Hamfests way off, and you spend $150, $180 a night for hotel for 3 nights, 4 nights. Man, it's nice to be able to have that money and just put it on equipment.
Right, and I don't feel I bought anything frivolous until now. And now you're going to get a little jealous, Tom, because I bet you saw this and didn't think about it.
What is it?
Look at what I snatched up here.
Oh man, what
This is a little Micronta volt ohm meter.
Yeah, a
with
fold
the
over.
silvered scale and everything. It is absolutely mint.
And it's the fold over. It's the case it closes,
and it's the fold
right?
over case.
Yeah.
And I got it.
Oh man, that's cool. That's cool.
I got it for $10.
That's cool. I'll give you
Actually,
5. I'll give you 5 for it.
No. I got this one for $10, and I also got a little gigabit 5-port Ethernet switch for $10. Got a pair of the old Keytronics Lifetime style USB keyboards, and I'm very fussy about my keyboards and the feel, and I love those old Keytronic Lifetime clicky style keyboards. The gentleman that you showed with the surplus PC stuff had a pair of them. Got those. So, I mean, I just was snatching up odds and ends all weekend, but most of them, other than the big ticket stuff I showed you here, and, was nothing. I mean, when the HW101 at $20, I just, I bounced back to the table when I put that back in the corner because I could not believe that had just happened.
Yeah.
So, no, all in all, a good weekend. That tube tester, the more I look at that, Mark and Earl, I cannot believe what I got. So, I'm just jumping up and down. Small Hamfest, but a lot of stuff that hit my style right on.
Yeah.
So,
well, I saw a lot of things there,
but the one thing that was not there that we were both looking for, there were no All-American 5 radios.
Oh man, I did not see a one. Yeah.
Nope.
Well, guys, and that's a good point that he brought up. Let me just make this announcement. I haven't announced it in a couple weeks or a month or two. Guys, we are looking for an all-American radio. It doesn't have to be one of these, but this is just an example. The All-American radio was a radio built back in the late 50s and 60s. It had 5 tubes in it. We're looking for the one with the miniature tubes. You see them right here. It's got 2 tall tubes and 3 little short tubes. And the 2 tall tubes are like a 50 C5 and a 35 W4. So anyway, this is a non-transformer type radio. All the filaments are in series, and it's hooked across a 110 volt AC line. And the AC line is actually bonded to the chassis of this thing. So You know, back in the day, if you had your plug plugged in upside down or backwards, and you touched that chassis, you'd probably get a pretty good shock there because
And
the
we
hot.
didn't have the polarized wall outlets back
We did
then
not.
either.
We didn't have them back then, but you know, you could turn the plug over. I think I think the first phase of the polarized plugs, maybe the slot, well, one slot was longer than the other. I think that might have came out before the one with the ground. I don't know.
I don't know, because I
Don't know.
remember seeing
Maybe
that
not.
long blade for the polarization until
maybe
70s.
not. Brett will have to verify that for us if we.
Yeah, Brett can verify
what-
that.
what-
Let it get a word in.
Yeah, I actually think the polarized non-grounded plugs did come out a little bit earlier, and the reason why I know that is I had a radio like that. I had a Monarch SWL receiver.
Yep.
'Cause I started out as an SWL too, and if you didn't plug that in right, you did get a shock from the all-metal case that that one side of the power supply was connected to. So one of the first things I did after I got zapped was put a polarized plug on it, and there was no place for a ground.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any grounded outlets in the house, so that's what I did.
Right. Well, so anyway, back to the radio. Guys, we're looking for All American 5 radio, and what we're going to do as a show project, we're going to convert that to be an AM broadcast transmitter without putting any additional parts in it. We're just going to make some modifications to the circuitry. Your tuner on there will actually set the transmit frequency, and you'll be able to talk into the speaker for the microphone, and you will be able to have an AM broadcast transmitter there. And we'll return it to you after we convert it and show it on the show. We'll return it to you, give it to your kids or whatever. But hey, be careful, because hey, it's got a. I guess what we'll do, I will put a polarized plug on it where it's safer.
Move.
I will say that we'll return it to you with a polarized plug where it's a little safer. But we're looking for one of these All American 5. They come in many different cabinets and stuff. It's just your basic little small 5-tube radio. So if anybody has one, send it to us. We'd love to have it.
Now, we're about to put a theory to the test as well.
What's that?
It has been told to me many times that if you can't find it at Dayton, it does not exist. I have the All American 5 on my shopping list for Dayton, so we're going to put that theory to the hard test in about 2 weeks.
Okay, well, good.
Because
Maybe
I
you
am
can come
gonna
back
look-
one. But hey,
For one.
hey, we don't want to pay an arm and a leg for one.
Well, here's the good thing. I'm going to be trolling around there with my live feed on as much of Dayton as I can. So you'll be able to give me two-way feedback as far as negotiations and deals if
All
I
right.
happen to run across one.
Well, we're cheap here. We're basically looking for a free one. There should be there was millions of those made, guys.
Yeah, we should be
They
able to
are
find
in
one.
trash cans, they're in basements, they're in attics, they're everywhere. So if you want to clean out your attic or your barn, go out there and get that All American radios out there under that tarp next to the 55 Chevy that the engine needs replacing, and send it to us, and we'll make that conversion to it
You
there.
can probably pull the radio out of the 55 Chevy and find the same tubes.
Yeah. Oh man.
But I will, like I say, I'm hoping to be, online most of the Dayton trip. So,
Yeah.
if I happen to see something or you happen to see something, I'll be able to make a deal for it right then and there.
Okay, well that's great there. Hey, Brett, did you have something else you wanted to talk about tonight or show?
Oh, not.
Or we already discussed it? Maybe it was your antenna.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
pretty much covered it. From the the bungee cords. If anybody knows of something more durable, I would to put tension on the put tension on the antenna and be stretchy enough to hold it in the wind. I'd like to know about it.
Well, you could always use a pulley with a rope and a weight that would
spring.
stretch.
Get you one of those garage door springs. An all metal.
I'm worried that
That would
really
be a little big. That'd be a little big. But you know what? I still have one right here somewhere. back when the kids were growing up and they were little toddlers, we had a little thing that they set in this little chair and it hooked above the door.
Yeah.
They jumped.
The bouncy chair.
The bouncy chair and jumped up and down. That had a really big spring in it, and inside that string it had a like a rope inside that spring, I guess, so that in case the spring broke or something. So that's what you need to find. Go to Goodwill and find you a jumpy chair.
One of those glass door return springs might be smaller with some good tension.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't resonate in the Wyoming.
That was the other thing. That metal might resonate, might screw up your resonance.
Well, I'm worried about it's like doing like the Tacoma Narrows Bridge and resonating until it breaks.
Yes.
But the weight is an idea. I might just try to get some old Windows sash weights and see if maybe I can.
Yeah, that'd work.
Yeah, weights will do good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doc calls it a Johnny Jump Up.
Is that what it's called?
That's what you were talking
Johnny
about,
Jump
Tom,
Up. Yeah, I don't know.
Johnny Jump Up.
I didn't know what the name was. We had one. In fact, I got a couple.
I think everybody did.
Yeah, I have one of those springs out there in my shop somewhere. In fact, I used to I probably had it on a long wire at my other home. Well, 2 homes ago. That was a really stiff spring with the rope inside, and it worked out really well to hold that long wire kind of tight. So that was good. All right. Well, what else we got to talk about here tonight, guys? We pretty much have covered the stuff we had on our agenda. So again, hey, if you're needing a ticket to Hamvention, email me, Tom at W5KUB. I will mail you a $30 ticket free in the mail to you, so you can go to the Dayton Hamvention 2024. And so that's
you're gonna want to go there.
That's what?
You're going to want to go there. Get that ticket from Tom because Bill Brown is going to be doing his balloon forum there. I believe that's on Friday, and I'm going to be doing an Arduino forum on Saturday, and Joe Eisenberg is going to be doing his kit building forum there as well. So good forum lineup this year. I'm looking forward to it. Plus just all the good stuff. If you've never gone to Dayton, you need to plan to go at least once in a lifetime.
Well, maybe I should take the ticket stub on this end and put the fold on there that I described tonight and send it to you.
Put that fold in there and make it a winner for everybody. And
but I would have to pack it in bubble paper. I would want to get it distorted.
Yeah.
All right, so send me an email, guys, for that.
Yeah, Mark, if Tom folds that ticket, it will be a winner.
It could be a winner, for sure.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't know. Hey, since I'm giving it to somebody free to get in, maybe I ought to write my name on the back here, right there, and my call right there. Let's see.
Yeah, that way they know if it
Ticket
won, it was
for
your ticket.
Prize received by. I wonder if you have to be present to win. I don't think you have to be present to win the big prize.
No, you do not. But
Okay, well, I can win it. I
can
can write my name on a ticket here.
Yeah. Now, Anthony, KG5JPU, is asking if you've got any updates on Jim, W6LG.
Well, yeah, I have Jim's, of course, everybody knows he's in a pretty bad shape. He's gone through a number of transfusions. He's very weak, and he's actually had a few teeth come out the last week or so. There's a couple teeth have just dropped out, so I think that's kind of bothering him. Although he is still making some videos, and like Earl just said there, he posted a new video this past week. He's posted a couple, and if you look closely, you'll see the wear and tear on Jim's body. But Jim has told me that ham radio is the only thing that really makes him feel good. So he's going to continue. He's going to continue trying to make videos as he can, and we're open to have Jim on here anytime he feels like he needs to come back or wants to come back on the show here. But Jim's pretty weak, and I think he was going to come on a show here a couple weeks ago, and the nurse sent him to bed and said he couldn't come on. So I don't know, just keep him in your thoughts and prayers, and I know he'll appreciate it. I sent him an email, and he really appreciated the email, knowing that somebody is thinking about him. So, you might send him an email if you want to out there. Just look him up, K6LG.
W6LG.
W6LG and QRZ, and you can get his email address and shoot him a short note and tell him you're thinking about him and how you enjoy his videos.
Yeah, very much so. I like his stuff. It's good stuff.
All right. So let's see. Don heard him on the air a couple of days ago. I'd like to catch him on the air. There's a deal, and I forget what it is. There's a website. Maybe Doc knows. There's a website you can put in a call you're looking for, and if they're spotted or become active, it lets you know that they're on and what frequency. So I had him in there. I haven't looked at that lately. I forget what you call that. Somebody will probably know what I'm talking about there. Okay, so let me just make a quick announcement here again. This is Amateur Radio Roundtable. If you're listening out there on shortwave, and it's a show about ham radio, shortwave, electronics, and we're both on shortwave on WBCQ 7490 and also our YouTube channel, W5KUB. We'd love to have you join us anytime. Hey, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. The like button will help us out a whole lot, if you will. If you don't mind doing that, please do that.
Now, Roger, AB6P says Ham Alert in the Play Store.
Ham Alert, that's it.
That's
Ham
probably the
Alert.
app you're looking
Ham
for.
Alert.
And N7XGR, while we're talking about people that need thoughts and prayers, he's going through chemo as well, and he's got a session tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
well, take care. I know the chemo is
we're
tough.
Thinking about you.
Yeah, the chemo is tough. Both of my children went through it, and it was tough stuff.
Yeah.
So take care there, and just try to keep a positive attitude there.
Yep. On a good note, I actually looked at it today, and I'm getting real close. My cobweb is within a week or two of starting to get itself rewired and put back on the air.
Your cobweb?
Yeah, my MFJ cobweb antenna.
Your cobweb?
Yeah, my cobweb has been destroyed by my neighbor's pine trees. And it's the only place on my house that I can stick it up. So I'm in the process of having to fix the wiring on it. I've got other house things going on before that, but I'm literally at the point that when I get home from Dayton, I should be able to start playing on the air a lot more than I have been.
All right. Well, yeah, we need to get on the air. Somebody asked in the chat room, and he thought about starting up the 40-meter net again. I'd like to do that. In fact, I was talking to Martin Chew tonight, and Martin's talking about maybe now he can do some hamming. And I'd like to just get me and Martin and you guys on and have a roundtable regularly and start being active on HF. And if there's anybody that's interested in helping, maybe to call a net, volunteer, help us out, man. We don't call it a net. We'll just call it a get together. We'll call it a roundtable hangout or something like that, where it's just a place that all of us guys can just jump on there and have fun with each other and talk. I'd love to start doing that almost immediately. So maybe we can get on. Maybe we can get on soon. So if anybody's interested in helping out, I'd love to have you there, man. Okay. I think we've covered the news items
Pretty much
tonight.
covered everything at this point, yeah.
Yeah. Now I guess the only other topic, which it's going to really start perking up after Dayton, is going to be Field Day.
Yes.
All right, that's an interesting thing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Field Day. Yeah.
Yep. Not far off at all.
Yeah, the local club here is getting ambitious. They've usually just been 2A, and now they're looking at having 3 or 4 stations, really trying to compete.
I don't know. I tend to prefer 2 or 3A, not much more than that. But for me, when I sit down at field day, it's usually 20 or 40 meters, and they won't let me get up until my voice is gone. They normally literally tie me to the chair and say go. But it's field day is one of my favorites, along with the QSO parties. I love those.
Yeah, they usually make me the digital wizard, so I wind up doing FT8, FT4, RIDI, things like that.
No, I'm the sideband guy. Love sideband on contests.
All right, let's talk a minute while we got a couple minutes left. Roundtable Hamfest. Guys, this is our spot here where you can give something away or sell something or whatever, trade something. I've got a couple items still that I need to throw in here. One item is the DV Mega Cast. The DV Mega Cast. I haven't sold it yet, but I'm going to. And that's that little IP radio. It's an IP radio, no antenna connection. It's got an Ethernet or a Wi-Fi in it. It's got a touch screen on it, and it works D-Star, Fusion, or DMR. And to go from one mode to the other, you just touch the screen, you say DMR, and you key in the talk group like 31693 and go, and you're on DMR. It's that simple. So I've got the DV Mega Cast that we have on Roundtable Hamfest, and we have a I was thinking the price on that, probably gonna ask somewhere around $375 for it at least, because it sells for about $400, and then you have to buy the microphone separate. That was another $60 to $70, and then you have to buy the power supply. That's another $10 or so. So the price of the DV Mega Cast runs you upwards to about $480. So I'll probably ask about $375 for it, and it's working fine. And so I'll put that on Roundtable Hamfest if anyone's interested. Also, I've got a GMRS repeater antenna, a base antenna, GMRS antenna. It's about 5.8 to 6 dB gain. It's a fiberglass, white fiberglass antenna for 462 to 467 megahertz. So probably it was over $100. And of course, you got to pay tax on all this too. So it probably cost me $120. We didn't use it. I'll probably sell it for $75, something like that. So it'd be a good discount on that. So if anybody has anything they want to trade or give away or whatever, let us know. We'll put it on Roundtable Hamfest any week. All right. All right. Hamvention again. We've got Mark P. is working with us up there. He's going to be our focal point up in Xenia this year. He has arranged to have the high school TV production team send us some volunteers who will be helping walk around and stream for us. So all day Saturday, May the 18th, and we'll be giving away prizes. We're bringing multiple video feeds in for you guys.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be one. I'm also going to try to broadcast my forum as well.
All right.
Assuming we can get coverage in there.
Make sure to cover the flea market and the food carts.
Oh,
yeah.
Heck,
yeah.
If I don't cover the food carts, I want y'all just to come up and beat me up.
Well,
that's some of the best food around at Dayton and Orlando.
Well, I tell you, it sure beats the Hera Arena food that we had for 40 years, man. That was.
Those pork chop sandwiches there at Dayton, they're just wonderful.
Man.
But they got all kinds of good stuff, in those food trucks. It's some good stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons I love at Xenia is the food. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm really excited about this year. I'm just can't wait to get out of town and go and just spend a weekend relaxing and having fun.
All right. Well, we're going to say good night to everybody. It's about closing time. Enjoyed being with everybody tonight, and we will see you next week.
Good night.
So, good night, everybody.
Good night.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.